A 24-year-old female teacher at the Mount Zion Primary and Infant School could be arrested and charged on April 5 with assault occasioning actual bodily harm as investigations continue into an incident on April 1 inside a classroom. Maureen Thomas explains her 8-year-old grandson, who has been living with her for the past 4 months, came home with fingerprints to his face.
I feel so cut up about it. He's so cut up about it. Sometimes I sleep in the night and just wake up and jump up and traumatized.
Here's how the child's mother says the matter moved beyond a conversation when she called the teacher's phone.
I said to the teacher, I said, "Teacher, why you on with my son?" She said, "Him rude. So I have to discipline him." Some say, by boxing him, miss, she hang up.
She says she called back. This time the teacher had an explanation.
She said, "I have to discipline him." Some say, "Miss, why you boxing? I'm sucking teeth him, rude." Some say, "You'll be seeing me tomorrow morning up by the school." She said, "Yes, come," with an attitude.
She then took the matter to the law, and in the presence of the officer,
The policeman said, "What happened?" He said, "I'm boxing." So the policeman said, "No, say that's wrong." She said, "Yes."
Ms. Chambers says she was also disappointed with how the principal dealt with her after waiting on her for hours.
She said, "When you come out," that's all she addressed we. She did not call we in the office. She speak to it through her office window.
The last straw happened when the teacher, after accepting to honor all doctor's bill,
Thursday morning, that me had up until 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, no calls.
according to her, someone eventually called the principal, not the teacher. Meanwhile, the Child Protection and Family Services Agency, the CPFSA, confirmed receiving a report and dispatching its first responders to the school. An investigation was conducted and the child was referred to its psychologist for counselling. Additionally, the matter has been referred to the Office of the Children's Advocate regarding the teacher. And there's a call for inclusion from a political representative in the affairs of major rehabilitative public works underway in St. Thomas. The councillor alleges the works agency is missing from council meetings where face-to-face dialogue can be advanced. For what he describes as underinformed and left in the dark, PNP councillor for the Port Morant Division, Dinsdale Smith, is calling out the National Works Agency, the NWA, for being missing in action from council meetings in St. Thomas.
Not general council meeting, not any committee council meeting. And as a result of that, I am concerned as the people's representative that we're not being able to ask the questions that we need so we can get the kinds of explanations that will settle us to make us know that we're being thought about as end users of this roadway.
He points to past chaos in Curtis Bottom, still a disaster waiting to happen. And although infrastructural work has started as promised in Cotton Tree, instead of fueling the energy, he predicts gloom.
The water flow that comes into Port Morant is coming from maybe about 3 or 4 different sources upstream, upriver. And the river breaks its banks and the gullies breaks their banks further up outside of the roadway. And so no matter what we do here, the problem will still remain at the source of the water flow, which to my understanding has been compromised over the years to where the water overflows its banks and technically get out of control.
Mindful of the concerns, Communications and Customer Services Manager at the Works Agency, Stephen Shaw, assures balance.
The drainage plan for this space involves the construction of drainage features on both sides of the road. We intend to drain some of the stormwater through the swamp. Everybody who has an access to their homes or to their businesses, those persons will continue to gain same at the back end of the project.
But Councillor Smith is still demanding a voice in a public space with the agency.
send us the representatives to council, so we can ask those questions there, and we don't have to resort to other means of trying to get information from them. No matter what kind of advertisements and public relation campaigns that can be launched, the situation is still dire, and I believe we are at this stage. If we should have a sudden downpour of rain, it would be disaster more than we have ever seen.
Curlin Brown, CVM News. Stay with us for more CVM News at 7 in a moment.
This is Grand Slam Trap. Only the fastest.
I bet me turn up over this up. One over this up, them turn up over this up. See a hot girl, me a car.
10, 9, 8, 7.
CVM TV, in association with Express Fitness and Exodus Carnival, presents Fit for Fet, the ultimate workout series to get your body ready for the road. Tune in 5 a.m. every morning, Mondays to Fridays, starting April 7th, to get involved in high-impact workouts by some of the best in the game. Bring your mats, bring your water, and let's get fit for the fit with Express Fitness and Exodus Carnival, powered by CVM TV.
People, we now waste no time.
I am super excited to be on for another season to show you the Holy Road.
Listen, new adventures. Slim, get fluffy. Let's go. We're not going out, you know. Things are only getting hotter and hotter this season.
Click, pow, that must tell you something.
There's a great story happening just in our backyard. We are on the Holy Road again.
Welcome back. With the hurricane season fast approaching, disaster preparedness is a top priority for key stakeholders. The Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management, ODPEM, in collaboration with the Jamaica Public Service, JPS, and other major utility providers, are assessing response strategies with the aim of strengthening coordination efforts ahead of any potential storms. Adrian Williams reports on the latest exercise.
As the 2025 Atlantic hurricane season nears, emergency response teams are fine-tuning their preparedness strategies. The Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management, ODPEM, in partnership with the Jamaica Public Service Company and other utility providers, conducted a large-scale simulation exercise to test disaster response capabilities.
It was essential that the activity be done and that we brought persons together to have a good appreciation as to how the national system work in one, and also the kind of synergy that is being built out and that has been built out over the years between the utility providers. It is essential that that you do these kind of activities, because what it does, it gets everybody on one page and it allows us to be better able after an emergency to really operate.
The exercise involved simulated scenarios ranging from power outages to infrastructure damage, allowing teams to assess their ability to quickly respond and coordinate efforts.
So, while the scenario is an all-island shutdown, today's drill was about restoring power to the eastern end of the island, the parishes of Kingston and St. Andrew, St. Thomas, Portland and St. Mary. So the updates that we will have from the participating companies will be about the restoration to the eastern end of the island. And represented here are the CEOs of JPS, Flow, Digicel, and we also have senior representatives of End of the C and End of the A.
With the devastation of previous storms still fresh in the minds of many, authorities are urging Jamaicans to take personal preparedness seriously.
You have secondary event from your earthquake, major landslide, tsunami type event. So exercise provides you with that operation where you get better, right? So when you do this, it becomes exercise allows things to become second nature. Or what I always like to say here at the outcome, it becomes nature. You really don't think about it, you just execute. Right? So the more you do simulation activities, the better you get, the better able you are to execute in times of disasters.
As the hurricane season officially begins on June 1, ODPEM and its partners say they are committed to strengthening the nation's resilience. Their message to the public: stay prepared, stay safe. Adrian Williams for CVM News.
A debate continues following Prime Minister Andrew Holness's proposal to develop the Brooks Park in Mandeville, Manchester into a national park. Mandeville's Mayor Donovan Mitchell strongly opposes the plan. Adrian Williams again tells us more.
With plans to develop national parks across the island, Prime Minister Andrew Holness shared his vision for the town of Mandeville, Manchester. And though it's in an embryonic stage, Holness proposes Brooks Park as a credible option.
But a program that is near and dear to me is the building out of park and recreational spaces for our people. And I had announced in Parliament that in this parish, the NHT will undertake the construction of a similar parish park for Manchester, but it will be in the curtilage of Mandeville. We are looking at Brooks Park.
However, the vision has been met with disapproval from Mandeville Mayor Donovan Mitchell, who is not having it.
I hear them talking about park in Mandeville. S.E. Brooks, when I'm a labor writer, PMP and no P, left Brooks Park for the people of Manchester and no Andrew Holness. None of them cannot come here and remove what is here. You have to go somewhere else.
On the flip side, Central Manchester Member of Parliament Rhoda Moy Crawford is in full support of Holness's park plans.
Any opposition to this planned project is both short-sighted and anti-development. No well-thinking resident of Mandeville will deny our need for an inclusive and accessible state-of-the-art facility with play areas, scenic walking and biking trails, open fields for sports and picnics, and designated areas for community events and gatherings which foster community spirit and promote physical and mental well-being.
Mitchell says he's not opposing development, but instead suggests redirecting the effort to improve the Mandeville market experience.
My thing is that even if you can't do all of that, the money you are considering to do a park is to make the higglers, the customers, the persons that are traveling within Manchester and in Mandeville be a little bit more comfortable by helping us and giving us that money that you are proposing to do a park to help us to fix up the market, because when it rains, some persons have to come out of the market.
Adrian Williams for CVM News.
Friends, family and members of the legal fraternity gathered at the St. Andrew Parish Church to bid farewell to one of Jamaica's most respected legal minds, Valerie Nita Robertson, the late attorney-at-law known for her fierce advocacy and unwavering pursuit of justice, was remembered not only for her legal prowess but for her deep compassion and commitment to the truth. Among those who paid tribute was former Cabinet Minister Dr. Peter Phillips, as well as her sons, who shared powerful reflections on their mother's legacy.
By the time Valerie Nita Robertson entered the final stage of her motherhood journey with her fourth and youngest son, she had already weathered storms most would never imagine. In courtrooms, in politics, in grief. She had buried her husband, raised 3 boys, built a legal career of the highest order, and defended people who everyone else had written off. But still, during those wash-belly years, she was still building, always building. Still determined to shape the world and me with the same precision, fire, and love that defined her life. She was a mother to many, not just to 4 sons.
And still more to come right after this.
You ever get bun yet? Me not talk about heartbreak. Me talk about the bun where full of spice, raisins, and the perfect glaze.
Bun for bun.
So you do it now.
You have to get bun.
This Easter, you have to get bun from Mother's Bakery.
Join my private room. Only $1,000 for a grand time.
That I know me. Me never said that. But who going to believe me?
That is correct. $4,350,000. Yes, go ahead. $4 million? I never approved that.
Yes, me go doctor tomorrow. So me have to get the money today, no longer. Then no me face that. Me never make no record or beg nobody no money.
Deepfakes are AI-generated images and videos made to look and sound like people we know and trust. They're used to spread misinformation, destroy reputations, and are used to commit fraud and scams.
Don't fall victim to deepfakes. Protect yourself. For more information, visit broadcastingcommission.org or scan the QR code on screen.
So glad you stayed with us for these traditional flavors because as promised, the founder and manager of Tropics 365 gets hands-on with her dried fruits, enticing us to enjoy our favorite ones all year round. Cutting into a fit and well-washed and sanitized jackfruit is easy work for these tiny hands. And the more mature the fruit, she says, there's less stain.
I can't imagine using a glove.
No, it's for this particular fruit. The glove doesn't really work because it's sticky. It's kind of, jackfruit is sticky and staining, so it just sticks to the gloves and it makes it really difficult to use.
That's so we know.
Right.
Just ring around. Yeah, but that's the right way.
Yeah, it's just easier. It's easier this way.
It just feels nice when you want to look at this now. Look at that.
Yeah, it's a part of the eating experience.
The eating experience, which is what I'm here to do right now. No, I'm here to do this. But I love jackfruit now. What are the benefits of jackfruit?
Jackfruit has so many health benefits. So if you want really nice glowing skin, definitely have your jackfruit. It's good for the hair, your immune system. It's good for cancer, asthma, so many things. And it's very versatile as well. You can cook with it. You know, you can have it as a snack. So it's really.
And so you can have it as a snack in its natural form.
Right.
So we just eat upon it.
Right.
How do you suggest that people have your snacks now?
Oh, right. So my snack, it is pretty much the same product because we don't add anything to it. So it preserves a lot of the taste. So you can still have it as a snack, as is. Yes. You can include it in your salads, frozen dessert. You can cook with it still. You can use it pretty much in the same way, and even in your smoothies.
Jackfruit, by the way, for Tropics 365 was not #1.
So I do mango, dried mango, and I do a variety of the dried mango. So for example, I have a spicy flavor. So I mix it with dried Scotch bonnet pepper, and you know, Scotch bonnet has such a nice flavor. So it goes very well, and there are persons who just like spicy taste, and so it gives you like a sweet spicy taste, which is really nice. And I also have a salt and pepper because you know us as Jamaicans we like turned mango and salt and pepper. So that was how that flavor was inspired. So it's really about combining how we traditionally enjoy the fruit and, you know, a new way of enjoying it, a preserved form of the fruit.
So once you've stripped, you've cleaned up, you have enough, what's next?
So next we do a light blanching and then it goes into the dryer.
Also in the pics, dried sorrel. And did someone say, what about pine skin and ginger? Well, she's got that too.
Because we're featuring Miss Jackfruit, I'm gonna put her up top.
Oh, okay.
Jackfruit, get elevated.
And speaking of small businesses, the Jamaica Exporters Manufacturers Association, the JMEA, was not only filled with exhibitors showcasing their businesses, but with persons feeling positive about exports amid a recent 10% tariff imposition by the U.S. Here's Adrian Williams with more.
Here at the Jamaica Manufacturers Exporters Association Expo, and as you can see, a number of businesses are here, showcasing what they have to offer. But just what is the mood on the ground for one small business who does exports? Is the 10% tariff a scare?
I can't say it is of no consequence. It is serious business because how we price our products and how our distributors are going to onward sell or backward diminish our prices is going to be critical. So it's a kind of wait and see, but so far our distributors are very positive and they're working with us, and we're going to meet this challenge. COVID came and went, and we survived.
You just heard from a small business that's in export. They are not afraid of a 10% tariff. It's a wait and see thing going on right now. Opposition spokesperson on finance, Julian Robinson, was there and gave his take on the matter.
The dust hasn't settled yet. I mean, every country has been affected. We are at 10%. There are going to be countermeasures by other countries. So it's both a threat and an opportunity. And I think, you know, once the dust settles and we know where we are, there may be more opportunities for us as a country. We're in a new world now. It's not a rules-based system. It's kind of upended to some extent. But when you have chaos, it presents opportunities.
The Expo is considered the largest trade show in the English-speaking Caribbean. However, President for the Small Business Association of Jamaica, Garnet Reid, while commending the support, says it is short of one key aspect.
I would love to see more people from the Caribbean to participate. That would be very good. You'd have people from Trinidad and Tobago, Barbados, Bahamas, and so on, and to display their things. So we'd have competition in the market that is good. You understand what I'm saying? Right. Of course, you know, we have 3 million people here, and if we want to make money, we have to look to the Caribbean and other countries to be rich.
Well, as you can see, the atmosphere is buzzing here at the JMEA Expo. A lot of businesses showcasing what they have to offer. Many persons here as exhibitors, but also many persons here patronizing the businesses, from big businesses to medium-sized, small enterprises. This is Adrian Williams for CVM News.
Thanks, Adrian. Now, just ahead of our break, why not check out what's coming up in sports? Ronaldo Adams is here.
Hi, Carolyn.
Hi.
Hello. So, Friday, the inaugural Grand Slam track, it launched out of the blocks at the National Stadium. Today marked day one, and it will continue over Saturday and Sunday. It concludes on Sunday. We will also preview some of the action from the Ray and Nephew Jamaica Premier League, including CVM TV's Sunday match day. And it's Friday. What does that mean?
We've got soup.
The Saturday Soups, which is in the winner's edge with Rowan Daly. Lots more to us, so stay tuned for sports.
All right, see you around later. And you stay where you are. We'll be right back right after this.
KFC saucy wings tossed in savory mango habanero or buffalo sauce. KFC, it's finger looking good. The time by KFC is
7:30.
Episode 10.
Well, on, people. We got as far as the nearest parish. We're headed to Portmore today.
Tana,
Greater Portmore Tabernacle.
There's no walls to this church.
This real. This real.
Pat a pat, 2 and 2, pat plus 2, me say equal to 2. Can make the wolf and the patu.
Here we come, Celine Road.
1 and 1, 2 and 2, 1 plus 1.
We are back for season 2 of Corner Office. We are highlighting small businesses, hard-working Jamaicans who are doing their own thing in their own spaces. People who are in their role, bossing up their role.
Let's go!
Let's get it! It's not if you own the company or not, it's how you own the role. Ice cream is coming. Guess what? It is your Corner Office. Season 2, bigger and better. And guess what? You think it's not yet? Check it out. Put the end of the place. Undercover. Easy yourself.
CVM TV, in association with Express Fitness and Exodus Carnival, presents Fit for Fet, the ultimate workout series to get your body ready for the road. Tune in 5 a.m. every morning, Mondays to Fridays, starting April 7th, to get involved in high-impact workouts by some of the best in the game. Bring your mats, bring your water, and let's get fit for the fit with Express Fitness and Exodus Carnival, powered by CVM TV.
As we welcome you back, it's time for the Business Report with Joel Crosskill.
Lots to share with you in the Business Report today. While many in the Caribbean will be familiar with the term of brain drain, where highly skilled citizens seek opportunities in other countries, few would be as aware of the exact scale of the phenomenon in the region, as described by Easton Williams, Senior Director, Social Policy Planning and Research at the Planning Institute of Jamaica, PIOJ.
The proportion of tertiary level trained migrants, 25 years and over, from the English-speaking Caribbean, resident in OECD countries, including North America and the UK, ranges from 60% to over 80% of the total number of persons trained at the tertiary level in countries of the Caribbean. The major challenge for us today is how to design policies and programmatic responses to make migration, high-skilled migration in particular, work for the sustainable development of our countries.
Jamaica currently leads the region from a policy perspective as it relates to addressing the trend, which many believe will accelerate in the coming years.
Jamaica happens to be a source country for migrants, a transit country for migrants, and also a destination country for migrants. And so important is this topic to us that Jamaica became the first country in the Caribbean region to have a migration policy.
Jamaica is also, since 2 weeks ago, the only Caribbean country that is a GCM champion, thanks to PIOG, the Global Compact on Migration. So there is a lot to learn, and it's great to be able to have it here, to have this discussion here.
What today spells is another series in this whole look at migration. And for us as a government to continue to implement policies and strategies, it must be based on data. And so we need studies, we need research to help to guide us. And so we've been able to get the findings of this research that has been done by the World Bank is really critical.
The discussion centers around a paper titled Exploiting the Brain Gain Potential for Better Human Capital Outcomes in Jamaica, produced and funded by Global Knowledge on Migration and Development Nomads Thematic Working Group, which assessed the potential benefits of a Global Skills Partnership, GSP, to accomplish those goals. Pablo Acosta, lead economist, Social Protection and Jobs Global Unit at the World Bank, explains.
So Global Skill Partnership is a way to try to overcome that, in a way to take a fact of life that people will move, but how we can create a policy that can maximize the benefits for everybody, and especially the discussion today is on origin countries. We want certainly, and the World Bank is an institution that we work mostly for the interests of the developing countries, and we want them to really maximize the gains from this.
In essence, the GSP framework encourages a bilateral labour migration agreement, policy pathways, legal frameworks and financial models, where collaborative investment in education and training in the origin country equips potential migrants with targeted skills to facilitate global skills shortages and enable regularized skilled migration.
About 2.5% of the world's population that they live outside of their country of origin. So that's a huge amount of people. And we think about it in the Caribbean context. Of course, there's a lot of people coming and going, but it's more complicated these days because of natural disasters and the impact in the future that natural disasters will have on this movement of people, both within the country but also to other countries. And then I think it's further complicated by the challenge with refugees. And that global context is just getting more and more challenging. So we need to be thoughtful about that.
The report concludes that while high-skilled migration poses significant challenges to Jamaica's development, it also offers opportunities for enhancing human capital and fostering economic growth. By implementing strategic policies, it is believed that Jamaica can effectively manage the complexities of high-skilled migration, turning potential brain drain into a source of brain gain. And that was your business report. I'm Joel Crosskill.
Now for what's happening online, we turn to social media.
So, what's caught your eye online today? U.S. President Donald Trump announced a 10% tariff on Jamaican export to the U.S. on April 2, 2025. Now, this move, which aims to correct trade imbalances, will also affect other Caribbean countries, as well as the tariff could significantly impact the region's economy. Here are some of your reactions. At X_LoveJojo_X comments, the world just needs to cut America out and just make a bond together, because Trump is doing too much. At CatCGraham_post, get ready for $15 tin Aki. At Instant Diva adds, but it's a reciprocal tariff, so other countries can tax us but we can't tax them. At FXL Kess shares, he might as well just include the globe. At Jamaica Till I Die writes, it stands to reason. If prices go up for Americans, then it goes up for Jamaica, because they are our major trading partner. At Boxer Boy Chris writes, this ain't affecting Jamaica in any negative way. The tariffs are affecting the end recipient, the consumers of Jamaican goods that are exported to the USA, just like how we pay as the end receiver for goods that are imported from America. Now that's what's trending in our online community today. Continue to share your thoughts with us on X at CVM TV and CVM Television on Facebook. I'm Michael Paul.
Thank you, sir. And we'll take another break. Up next is Ronaldo with Sports in Full.